And welcome back, this is Scuba with more Let's Play Chrono Cross. I am joined, as always, by my almost familiar squad of Surge, Kid, and Guile. When we last left off, we made it into Viper Manor. Now, I paused here because, well, you can get into fights around there. They'll actually come get you. That searchlight, if that comes on you, they'll sound the alarm and everybody will come get you, so you do want to stay away from that. We did find Turn Blue in there, and yes, they will get you in that corner. Otherwise, the guards are pretty stupid, and you can just hang around them all you want. For the time being, do I want to get into a fight? We'll put it off for a little bit. Let's head up here. Now, if you went down a different path, you didn't get Guile, you'll have to run east until you get to this point. I believe it's almost always east. There is a long, complicated process for if you brought Pierre along, but otherwise it's pretty much east. And then you can make it here, and you can talk to this guy. We'll be spending a little bit of time here. Who are you? Oh yeah, you must be the new helpers I was told about. Yeah, that's it. Oh great, you're just in time. My back gave out recently and I can't feed the dragons. I want you to take over for me. Apparently these are dragons in the stables. So even though we were told that dragons were like legends, they're actually quite common and they're in stables pretty much in the next town. It just makes no sense to me. Do you have a key for the manor? Sure do. Wouldn't mind giving it to you if you take on this job. Do it, Surge. I'll do it then. Will you feed them? Sure, I will. Now, it's a very simple concept. I don't know why they need to explain it to you too much, so I'll just explain it as we go. Well, you'll figure it out as we go. It's just that simple. I'll feed them. All you have to do is feed the dragons and satisfy their hunger. Now, this is made a lot easier if you have a D-pad, to be honest with you. The analog stick is not particularly good for this. I'll give you a nicer gift depending on how many times you feed the dragons. Start with 10. Get a hang of it. You'll get many chances to try as many times as you want. So start with 10. 10 times, eh? Okay, I'll be counting. Now, do I have the D-pad set up? I do not. Now I do. All right. So you pretty much grab hay. I've always assumed hay from over here. And then whenever they call, you feed them. That's pretty much it. If you take too long, they'll turn red and get mad. Good! But because that was the basic one, we did it pretty well. A job well done. You'll find the key in the cupboard. Take it. And here's the gift that I promised. And we get a knee pad. Come feed the dragons for me again sometime. I will do that pretty quickly here, but first off, let's go over what we did get. Ooh, the feathery dress. I should probably equip that as well. We did get the knee pad. Let's take a look at it compared to the ivory helmet. It does increase defense and magic defense by 1. Knee pad just increases defense by 1. So no magic defense increase with the knee pad. So we'll probably give it to somebody else. I do like the silver loop and the profiteer purse on Surge. I do like the silver loop because I like hitting things. And in this game, that can be a little bit of a hassle until we get further along. We can equip that feathery dress, though. Increase of... it's kind of hard to say. Defense and magic defense 12-12, so 13-15. For female use only, they are very emphatic about that. Feathery dress only works for women. I never gave her accessories. I should probably do that. All right, ivory helmet and a knee pad. There you go. Have some defense. I did equip... Guile, didn't I? Okay, I did equip him, so apparently I just didn't like Kid. We're fine with that for the time being. We can head up here, get ourselves the manor key, and we're technically done here. But, like I said, I'm going to be spending some time here because I want to feed the dragon some more, and I want to get the prizes for all of these. I'm probably not going to be able to get the 100 times this time. I'll be able to get it later quite easily, but I'm going to try to get it. I should be able to get the rest quite easily. 20 times, eh? Okay, I'll be counting. But the 100 times I've never been able to do at this point in the game. So we'll do what we can here. And I'm being sloppy already. I'm missing dragons. There we go. Kid, Guile, you're kind of in the way here. There we go, up to 13. I mean, to start here, it's pretty easy. We haven't messed up a single time, and they give you like 5 times to mess up on any one dragon. But once one gets really pissed, then that's it. You lose because of the one dragon. Excellent, job well done. Here's a little something, and we get a bronze helmet, an upgrade from the ivory helmet. So let's take a look at that and equip it on Surge. I think you guys are starting to get what I'm going for here. To be honest, it's because Surge is probably gonna be the most powerful person by the end. But that has a lot to do with how I'm playing the game. It increases defense by 1 more than the ivory helmet, so a marked increase, I guess you could say. Let's do it again. I have to actually step forward and like go into his face in order to talk to him again. But we are ready to feed him again. We're gonna go for 30 times because I like playing recklessly here. Like I said, with the D-pad, it makes things a lot easier, a lot more responsive than the analog stick. So I recommend the D-pad quite a bit. And for me, that means I actually have to press a different button to switch between the two due to this weird controller that I have. But for the time being, we're doing pretty well. Hang out in the middle here. There we go. And you. I like always stocking up on 3 and then waiting out in the middle when I have the choice. As we go further along, I will not have that choice. I wish there was more hay on the right, but there is not. There we go, 28. I don't even need that third one, but I brought it along just in case. There we go, 30 is done. Run back over and give me my prize. Also, if the other 2 people that I brought with me could help, that would be great, but they don't do that. And we get the bronze mail out of that. So let's go ahead and equip that on Surge. Bronze mail. Better than the ivory mail by 2 points in each defense and magic defense. So even though getting stat increases by fighting outside of boss fights is important, equipment seems to be more important, if I'm being honest. At least early on, it seems that way. And I don't think I can transfer anything over to anybody else. So let's go again. Bronze mail is definitely nice. Once again, I have to go in his face to talk to him. We did 30? Yeah, we did 30. So we're going to do 40. And definitely this is something that I would highly recommend that you do before you leave. 40, up to 40. 10, 20, 30, that's nice and all, but 40 is where you actually get the best item, if you ask me. All right, we got him just in time. I didn't think we would. Anything? There we go. All right, get way over there. Yeah, once again, if I had a little bit of help, this would be much appreciated. But I understand why they have to do it this way. All right, I get it. But especially Guile. Guile could do some magic to feed these dragons. They like to get fed a lot, if you haven't noticed. Like an unnatural amount. And then as soon as we're not feeding them anymore, they're suddenly never hungry again. It's amazing. Also, how do you feed them? Well, we'll get to that, but he tells us, like, nobody can ever do 100. And I'm like, then how do you do it? There we go. 40 done, no problem. Excellent, a job well done. Here's a little something. And we receive Recover All, an element. Come feed the dragons for me again sometime. I will. As you might expect, we're going to put this on Surge. Let's take a look at it first, though. Recover All restores HP medium to all allies. That's the important thing. And it's a level 3 plus or minus 5. We'll go ahead and put that where Dash and Slash is, but, you know, above it where Meteorite was. And then we'll put Meteorite all the way at number 4, which we did unlock. I should probably go over these guys a little bit more too. I like giving them their colors if at all possible. Turn blue is good if I can actually pull it off. It's risky though. Like, I'm not a big fan of the turn element because it only helps in certain cases, and it also hurts you at the same time. All right, if I put turn blue on Kid, then she can do more damage to that particular enemy, but then that enemy can do more damage to her. So it's a give and take, so, which is why I'm not always a big fan of it. But there are certain cases where it does definitely help. You know what? I don't think we need to go over that more. We'll just auto-allocate Kid and then auto-allocate Guile. And hopefully that'll help out in the long run. Nope, they got rid of Cure on both of them. Like, the one thing that I necessarily, like, wanted the most. Freaking Cure on both of them. Yeah, why would you put Tablet over the Cure? Why? Whatever. Alright, we're gonna try it one last time. And to be honest, I'm going to fail. We're gonna go for 100. Like I said, I've never been able to do it at this point. I think my record is something around 80 that I've tried to do. It's an item reward, I should say, that you get that is well worth your time to try. Golly gee, you'd better not. No one has ever been able to complete it. Once again, nobody's ever fed these things 100 times. How do you keep them fed? Although I did hear a tale about one legendary attempt. The man reached 99 before he suffered a heart attack. You still want to try? Like, the game's gonna let me die due to a heart attack, you know, from a mini game feeding dragons. Yeah, I'll do it. Refrain, that's an interesting word choice. Fine, give it a try. 100 times, eh? Okay, I'll be counting. Could you not? Can I just say I did 100 times? All right, so this one is much more difficult than any of the others. You can kind of already see it's a little bit harder than it was before. And as we go forward, it only gets worse, if I'm being honest. At some point, they go kind of like super difficult. Yeah, see, look, last time I would have been able to feed them. They turned slightly red because I didn't this time. You know, it's that kind of stuff that you need to worry about. You do want to keep the red ones fed more than the regular ones. Shit. Because I've noticed they tend to freak out a little bit faster, and they get mad if you don't feed them a little bit more quickly than the other ones, right? I made it up to 40 without a problem any other time. This time I messed up 2, right? It's just overall harder. Oh, look at that. Shit. And it's at this point that I just end up spamming. Come on, all right. We're up to 56. Yeah, I'm just spamming at this point. Shit, that guy is super pissed off. Oh, we're not gonna get to him in time. Oh, this is not good. Nope, that's it. I got up to 71, 72, somewhere around there. No, you're making the dragons angry 100 times. This is impossible. You better give up. And actually, I am. So we're moving on. Like I said, I can't do it at this point. I've never been able to do it. What you get is an iron vest out of it. If only I had some way to slow down the game. I mean, I could do it with the emulator, but I'm not going to. It feels wrong. I can't do it legitimately. We are just going to move on out of this. And I'm going to go and get into a fight because I want to get healed.